Hello and welcome to GC360. I'm Elliot Payne.
And I'm Meredith Barnes. This week on GC360. And we pulled a professor out of the water to sit down with us and talk about his new class at Georgia College.
And later, the inside scoop of the new members of the Athletic Hall of Fame here at Georgia College. All that and more, now on GC360. Let's turn to our entertainment reporter, Carolina Classens, to give us the scoop on what's going on around Milledgeville. What do you have for us this week, Carolina?
The Georgia College Theater Department will present Donald Margulies' Pulitzer Prize-winning play, Time Stands Still, March 19th through the 21st. The play is set in Brooklyn and revolves around an injured photojournalist and her struggle returning to America from the Iraq War. You can see Time Stands Still at the Campus Black Box Theater in downtown Milledgeville. Ticket prices are $5 for Georgia College students. Now, let's take an exclusive sneak peek.
I was sitting at a cafe with the Reuters guys when a car bomb went off. The carnage was ridiculous. Women keening, they were digging in the rubble for their children.
I'd like to make a toast. What I didn't say earlier, but I wish I had.
So having kids, that was just...
Do you see me pushing a stroller and going on play dates? Honestly, Jamie, do you?
You said you were ready, remember?
I thought I was.
You lied to me.
I didn't lie to you. If I lied to you, I lied to myself.
But what am I supposed to do with this information? Me, an ordinary person. It's not like I can do anything but feel bad and turn the page and thank God that I live in half the world where people have food to eat and don't go around hacking each other to death.
Teaching myself how to cook, watching Netflix while you napped. I've been so happy.
Editorial has the final say what runs in the magazine, not me.
Who are you really, huh? My friend or just another suit?
You were in love with him? How could you have fallen in love with him, Sarah? How could you do that?
After you left, I
Do you
was
think
so...
I wanted to leave you?
Of course
Do
not.
you? I was a mess. Don't you remember what a mess I was?
Yes.
I was shell-shocked. That was real.
I
That
know
wasn't
it
an
was
act.
real.
Those women, those girls, look right there, right in front of me.
You told me to do what I had to do.
What was I supposed to say?
I've lived vicariously through you for years. I've gotten to see the world without jet lag.
The people who have been killing each other have always been killing each other. And terrible things are always going to happen.
And she started screaming at me, go away, no picture, no picture. And she started pushing me, pushing my camera with her hands on the lens. I kept shooting. And somehow I ran the hell out of there. I stopped to check my camera, and there was blood on my lens. Her blood was smeared on my lens.
We're going to give you another sense of time with a snapshot of a musical upgrade at Russell Auditorium. We caught up with the mastermind at Russell who is trying to keep the building timeless.
The theater department isn't the only one using Russell Auditorium for live performances. Brett Yonker, who performed during Passion, made an appearance at Russell last week. Keith Bergeron, the auditorium technical specialist, plans on bringing a new experience to campus. We sat down with Keith to find out more about last week's concert and the future plans with Russell Auditorium.
Well, we're trying to make this venue into, more friendly for the campus and community. And the concerts that we put on are relatively cheap considering what we're bringing in. All I ask is that you guys come out. I think the biggest challenge is trying to reach the audience around campus and make sure that everyone knows about it, because I'm trying to do all this stuff pretty much on my own. Usually there's a whole production team. The concert last week was Brett Yonker. He performed at the Passion Conference, and I thought that would be interesting for a lot of the students here on campus because a lot of them attended the conference in Atlanta at the Georgia Dome, and we didn't have a very good turnout, but the people that were here had a good time. And every time there's a vacancy in Russell Auditorium, I try to book that with a concert or something that would express interest toward the community and, provide entertainment for non-traditional dates. I specifically am geared towards music. I'm a big fan of electronic music, so stuff that's similar to Ellie Goulding or, more popular stuff now I think would be really cool, but it's all about the money because this comes out of my budget. Student fees aren't covering this. This is out of my budget for public services. So, I'm taking a risk. And next time you see a poster out there for anything in Russell, come and support us.
If you want to see more events and bigger names visiting campus throughout the year, student participation is crucial. So be on the lookout for more information about events in Russell Auditorium this semester. Reporting for GC360, this has been Drew Ringham.
If diamonds are a girl's best friend, then the newly crowned King of Diamonds is sure to have plenty of company this spring. Are you ready for an all-male talent show? Our reporter Betsy Lamb checked out the event.
Students packed into Russell Auditorium last Wednesday to watch King of Diamonds, an annual male beauty pageant hosted by Alpha Delta Pi, supporting the Ronald McDonald House. 23 male contestants represented by different student organizations competed for the title by showing off their talent and quick wit. Freshman Jarrett Martin won over the audience with his performance of Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye and witty responses during the question round, winning him the coveted title of King of Diamonds.
I've definitely received a lot more recognition just kind of walking around. It's like, hey, I saw you perform Let's Get It On and you did a great job, and just kind of stuff like that. But nothing too terribly, huge and life-changing, but it's been nice, I guess, to be recognized around campus a little bit more.
Along with winning the title, Jarrett also won proceeds to donate to his represented organization, SGA.
Student Government's Philanthropy, where my winning proceeds went to, were for the Student Emergency Fund, which is set up through financial aid to help students who are in absolute dire need of financial assistance to stay here at Georgia College. For instance, if someone's living out of their car or couldn't afford food or something, and they were at risk of dropping out of Georgia College because they just couldn't afford it at all. And so that's where my money went. And the slogan for that is students helping students. So it's basically all the students raise the money. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's not through, funded by the university. It's more exactly students helping students. So
for GC360 News, I'm Betsy Lamb.
That's all I have for you this week, guys. But be sure to check in with me next week to get all your scoop on entertainment. Back to you, Elliot.
When we come back, we take a look at everything sports. Stick around. We'll be right back. Question: when does Milledgeville seem like the United Nations? Answer: when the Georgia College International Club holds its annual dinner. Georgia College students from all over the world held a dinner with a very diverse menu. The Magnolia Ballroom was full of laughter and open ears as the students shared their stories of how they got to Milledgeville and experiences they have had living in the United States. The International Club also showcased many different types of dances. Students who attended said that it was a great time and an awesome way to experience the true meaning of a liberal arts education.
The Deep Roots Festival has something to brag about. Deep Roots has claimed 4 honors from the Southeast Festivals and Event Association. The annual October event brought home gold for Best Photography. Deep Roots won silver awards for t-shirt, poster, and event program designs. Deep Roots is an annual event where people gather from all over the South to experience a day of good music, food, and shopping right here in Milledgeville. These recognitions are certainly not easy to come by, so make sure to check out the festival this upcoming October as they celebrate the 10th anniversary. When we return, we are diving into an interview with a professor who is offering an unusual and exciting class here at Georgia College. Did you know there are more stars in the sky than grains of sand on the beaches of our Earth? That's at least 1 billion trillion stars. And now you can view these spectacular lights in the sky at the new Telescope Observatory on the GC campus. Our reporter Jenny Jensen checked it out.
It was a cold night in Milledgeville last night, but that didn't stop over a dozen Georgia College students coming out to the observatory to get a close-up look at the stars. Each month, the astronomy department hosts an open night at the telescope for any student to attend. It was the perfect night to view several different parts of the night sky. We were able to get a glimpse of Jupiter, as well as several star clusters in the Orion Nebula. After viewing the stars, students were allowed to engage with an interactive star map, just showing how small our solar system is compared to the rest of the galaxy. Donovan Dominique has been hosting these nights since the telescope's opening in October and provided some interesting information to Quizzical students. I spoke with him to find out more about these open observatory nights.
Currently we're doing them once a month on the first Wednesday of each month. Yeah, 1 week from today, on March 13th, we'll have a comet viewing. So a comet Pan-STARRS is visiting the inner solar system, and we'll set up on the roof of Hertie for that. So we try to look at some of the more popular targets that are bright for everyone to enjoy, even if you don't know much about astronomy. So those include the brightest planets that we can have. We've done Saturn in the fall, and we have also looked at Jupiter most recently. Bright nebula, like the Orion Nebula and the Crab Nebula, are targets that we try. I liked the Orion Nebula, and our view tonight was impressive. Well, I think there must be life out there in the galaxy. I don't know if it's anything like a human, but there's so many planets and stars out there. We're discovering that the percentage of them is quite high. And then there are more galaxies. If you want to open the view and the question to other galaxies, then I have to say there has to be more life out there.
Well, it was a chilly night, but a great turnout here at the observatory tower. If you missed out, be sure to come out next week on the top of Hertie, where they'll be viewing comets with binoculars. For GC360 News, I'm Jennifer Jensen.
Every year, the Barbaritos Corporation gives one of its 43 stores in the Southeast a Franchise of the Year award. This year, the award went to Philip and Martin Conan, two brothers who own and operate Barbaritos right here in Milledgeville. Philip Conan is no newcomer to the Barbaritos family. He began working in the downtown Athens store when he was in college in 2003, which makes him very understanding of the hard work his employees put forth on a day-to-day basis.
He's very hands-on and very involved with the employees, and make sure that every single person's doing what they're supposed to do.
After graduating, Philip worked as the general manager in the Barbaritos store in Athens for 4 years. After that, he opened the store in downtown Milledgeville.
Barbaritos has been here since I think '05, and Phil took it over in 2010, and I think the quality of food and service has definitely went up a lot since then. So I think that we all work really hard to make sure that everybody is going to enjoy the service and food when they come in here.
This prestigious award was given to the Conan Brothers store not only for their outstanding service, but also for their commitment to giving back to the community.
Always very ready to help out with any causes. He donates a lot to causes around town, trying to help out certain, groups of people.
I don't know about you, but all this talk about food certainly has my mouth watering. With registration just around the corner, some students might be searching for a class to break up the monotony of everyday schoolwork. If you're looking to add a little adventure to your schedule, perhaps scuba is the class for you. Joining me now is the instructor for scuba class, Scott Stefano. Scott, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Alec. Good to be here.
All right. Well, tell me about the scuba class.
Well, I tell you what, the scuba class is, first of all, a lot of fun. And I like the intro there about breaking up the monotony, because I tell my students, if you're not having fun, pinch yourself and make sure you're awake. And if you are, pinch me, because if I'm not doing my job and you're not having a good time, something's wrong. But we have a great time in the scuba program. The scuba program was here at the college for many years when it was in the old Health, Physical Education, Recreation building. And when they closed that down, there was a hiatus of several years. And now with the new opening of the new Wellness and Recreation Center, we're back in business and having a lot of fun.
Okay, so what can students expect, sort of on the everyday routine of the class?
Well, it's the class is it meets only one night a week. Typically it's Monday. It's about a 4-hour meeting though, from 6 to 10. The class meets in 2 settings. We meet in the classroom setting 4 times during the semester. For classroom, where you learn dive theory, dive medicine, You learn dive physiology, and then we also meet in the pool sessions 4 or 5 times during the semester for actually learning the actual pool skills and the scuba skills that you'll need to become a safe diver.
So you're saying that by the end of the semester, students will in fact be scuba certified?
Well, the semester teaches you the classroom and the pool session, and at the end of the semester, we do an optional scuba certification trip where we go for a weekend to the Florida Springs. We leave on Friday, everybody picks up gear, we go down, we spend the night Friday night, and we dive all day Saturday and all day Sunday, and then we come back and we finish up paperwork on Monday, and then the students are completely scuba certified to go and dive in conditions that are similar to what they've been trained in.
Wow. So tell me about some of these gizmos here on the desk.
Well, I have, you know, scuba is a rather equipment-intensive sport. And I brought a couple of pieces of the many that it takes to safely go underwater. This is a regulator system, and basically what this does, this is our life support system. This actually allows you to breathe underwater. Obviously, you carry a big scuba cylinder on your back. Underwater, it's weightless, so it's not very heavy. But what you do is this allows you to breathe underwater at any depth. It allows you to breathe as easy as you do here on the surface. My personal favorite, and what I think is one of the most important pieces, is a mask. Obviously, we go underwater to see the beautiful creation, the fish, the coral reefs, shipwrecks, or whatever. And without a mask, we're not able to see clearly, as everyone knows if they've ever opened their eyes in a swimming pool or lake. And this allows us to see clearly. So I just brought a couple things to show off.
All righty. Well, Scott, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
If I could swim, I would absolutely take some scuba.
Well, we welcome you anytime.
All right. Sports is next with Nick. Stay with us. Welcome back to GC360, and now we turn to our sports correspondent, Nick Blandon, to give us all the ins and outs of sports this week. Nick?
Thanks, guys. Well, last week our Georgia College golf team took the number 11 spot in the nation for Division II schools. We had a chance to sit down with golf coach Jimmy Wilson to ask him about the team's success.
The Georgia College golf team is off to an impressive start this spring, earning the 11th ranking in the latest Division II national poll. Head coach Jimmy Wilson has led the Bobcats for the last 17 seasons, earning 3 PBC Coach of the Year awards and 12 straight NCAA tournament appearances.
One of the first things we talk about at the beginning of the year is you don't want to be the team to not do it. But we've got 2 fifth-year seniors, Taylor Smith and Patrick Garrett. Both of them are All-Americans last year. Both of them are academic All-Americans. So they've been with us for a while. They know how we do things. And, you know, I try to let the seniors lead as much as they're comfortable with. And then, you know, I'll interject where needed. I mean, we've got a good mix of the old guys and the young guys. Ryan Trocchio is a sophomore this year. He was Peach Belt Freshman of the Year a year ago. He also made All-American, made the All-Freshman team nationally last year, finished 5th individually at the national tournament.
Coach Wilson's 17 seasons of experience give him a unique coaching pedigree, and his leadership is visible through his relationships with both current and former players.
That's a long time, isn't it? It means I'm getting old. You know, you learn that everybody's different. Every year is different. You treat everybody equally, but you have to treat them a little bit differently. Some guys respond to a pat on the back, and some guys respond to a kick in the tail, so to speak. And you learn through dealing with the kids how to get the best out of them. So it's a learning experience. Every day that we're together, I learn something new from those guys. A lot of our recruiting is done by former players, kids that played for me years ago. They'll send me an email, they'll give me a call. You know, there's this kid at my home club, or I know of this kid somewhere. They know, my former players know how I am, they know what I expect. School's gonna come first, then golf, and then your extracurriculars after that. And, you know, they'll call me up and say, I think I've got a kid that'll, you know, fit what you're looking for. So that's been the neatest thing about it, is the relationships that you develop through the years, and the fact that the guys that have played here, I guess they enjoy themselves to the point that they're wanting to send the young guys from their golf course here to play as well. Seeing the kids graduate, seeing what they become after they leave school. You know, one thing that I talk to parents and kids about when they come in for a visit, obviously, I tell them, obviously I want you to be a better golfer by the time you leave, but if you're a better person when you leave, then I've done my job. If you're prepared to go out in society and be a positive influence on somebody else, then I've done my job. And, you know, just looking back at the kids that have played for me and the, you know, the careers that they've taken, the career paths that they've taken, I see a lot of that. It's pretty neat.
Hey guys, I'm joined here by Danny Gallucci, our back-to-back Athlete of the Week here at Georgia College. Thanks for coming, Danny.
My pleasure.
All right, so last week you pitched 15 shutout innings in 2 very close 1-0 wins for the Bobcats. Tell us about these high-pressure situations. What's going through your head in those games?
I'm just focused on getting what I have to do done and putting my team in situations that we can be successful. So I like the pressure. I
know what you mean. Okay, so in the first of those 2 games, you pitched a 3-hit shutout game, awful close to a no-hitter. Is that something you strive for? Is that something you think about, or?
Not really. I just go out there and do what I have to do, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. I just like I said, try to put our team in winning situations.
Okay, so with the team, softball team's taken 3 of the last 4 Athlete of the Week honors. What would you say is the main reason for the team's success as of late?
We just work hard and we have fun, and it's definitely showing. If Marissa and Abby got it, then our hard work's paying off.
All right, so you mentioned in the last interview that your family's been really supportive. What have they said to you about winning these back-to-back Athlete of the Week awards?
They're proud of me. They keep telling me every day, like, congratulations. I told your grandma. I told everybody. I was like, thanks. But they just tell me to keep my head up and just keep working hard.
All right. Well, thank you, Danny. It's great having you here. And some have greatness thrust upon them. And leaving a legacy here at Georgia College is desirable for any athlete or administrator. This past weekend, 3 new members were inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame, and our reporter Megan Rochester was on the scene.
For a Georgia College athlete or administration member, being inducted into the Hall of Fame is considered one of the highest honors here at Georgia College. President Steve Dorman and Athletic Director Wendell Staten welcomed 3 new members into the Athletic Hall of Fame for the class of 2013. The first inductee was Luisa Biktikova, a superb tennis player here at Georgia College from the year 2002 to 2004. She was unable to accept the award, but her sister, Lilia, who is also a fellow Hall of Famer here at Georgia College, accepted the award on her behalf.
It is my pleasure to accept this award on behalf of my sister, Luisa, who was unable to be at this event. It's pretty incredible to have another family member to be inducted into GC Hall of Fame. Our family is very proud of Luisa and her achievements.
The next inductee was Chris Carr, who played baseball for Georgia College from 1999 to 2001.
This school, the baseball program in Milledgeville, will always hold a very special place in my heart. And him giving me the news that I'd be in the GC Hall of Fame was an emotional moment that I'll never forget.
The final and arguably most well-deserved inductee this year was Stan Aldridge, who coached the men's basketball team and worked for Georgia College Athletic Association from 1975 to 2007.
Somehow, we and I mean a lot of other people more so than me, made this transition to excellent work. No money, no facilities, crumbling buildings, to outstanding teams, new buildings, excellent facilities, great students. And I just want to thank Georgia College for allowing me to be part of it, and we need to keep it going. Thank you.
Congratulations to the 2013 inductees. Reporting for GC360 News, I'm Megan Rochester.
Well, that's all I have for sports this week, guys. Back to you, Elliot.
Thanks, Nick. So, Meredith, we all know what's quickly approaching here at the Georgia College campus.
Yes, we do.
And that is spring break. So tell me, what are your spring break plans?
Actually, I'm undecisive. I'm either going to Tybee Ellen for the week or Charleston. Where do you think I should go?
To the beach, okay.
Well, they're both beaches, Elliot.
Are you serious?
There's a beach in Charleston.
You are absolutely right.
See how I'm indecisive? But, okay, I have a free place to stay at both. Either Beach House in Tybee or Cousin's House in Charleston.
Ooh, if they're both free,
half and half?
That's a tough call. Well, personally, for what spring break means to me is get in shape. Anyways, that's all we have for you this week. But be sure to check us out on our website at www.gc360news.com for a look behind the scenes, interviews, full episodes, and updates on news going on around the community.
Or you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at GC360 News. Until next time, I'm Meredith Martins.
And I'm Elliot Payne. We'll see you next week.